Hello, this is Joe, MTL Vintage Cards, bringing you another game from the 1959 Major League Baseball season. Today we are on May 12th, 1959, and we will feature a game between the Chicago White Sox under Al Lopez, traveling to Fenway Park to meet the Boston Red Sox under manager Pinky Higgins. This game is notable because it marks the return of 40-year-old Ted Williams, who's coming back after an injury. Before we get to the game, let's look at some standings. It's a good game because the Red Sox and the White Sox are only half a game apart in the American League race. Hot on their heels are the Orioles, followed by the Tigers, and then Cleveland, the Yankees are a little bit slow in the early going. As expected, the Kansas City Athletics and the Washington Senators are in last place. In the National League, very interesting that 4.5 games separate the 8 teams. The Milwaukee Braves are finally making a season out of it as winners of 4 in a row, and Pittsburgh Pirates are going in the opposite direction, losers of the last 4. I like to look at the leaders. So let's look at the league leaders. First, in the American League, the batting leader is Bobby Richardson at 389. The home run leaders, there's a tie with Gus Triandos, Bob Allison, and Hector Lopez. Minnie Minoso and Don Budden lead the league with 22 RBIs apiece. Stolen base, Luis Aparicio, as expected, is the leader in stolen bases. As for the pitching, a whole bunch of them are locked between 3 and 4 wins. If you look at the ERA, Don Ferris so far is having a great start, 0.69 ERA, and on down the line. And my favorite pitcher, Camilo Pascual, has an ERA of 2.66. Let's look at the saves. Billy Lowe's of the Baltimore Orioles has 5. Rip Coleman and Turk Loan with 4 apiece. In the National League, Dick Grode is off to a super pace, hitting 424. He was up to 469 2 games ago. I think he's 0 for his last 11. So this should normalize. This outlier here should normalize as the season continues. Veda Pinson and then Dick Stewart and Bill White are the next leaders in hitting. Home runs, Dick Stewart has 11, followed by Ernie Banks and Frank Robinson and Willie Mays. Runs batted in, Don Demeter and Dick Stewart, along with Willie Mays, Wally Post, and Frank Robinson. Stolen bases, kind of a surprise. Orlando Cepeda is leading stolen bases by a lot. The pitchers, ERA leaders Don Newcomb and Early Broglio, followed by Johnny Antonelli and Stan Williams. As for the wins, Bob Friend, Johnny Antonelli, and Don Drysdale are atop the league with 5 wins apiece. Saves, Elroy Face has 6, followed by a bunch of others with 4 and 3. So those are the leaders. Let's get to the schedule. So far we have played 4 games for this May 12th. As I say, the Milwaukee Braves, winner of 4 in a row, and Lou Burdett pitched a 5-hit shutout. The Philadelphia Phillies, I almost called them the Eagles. The Philadelphia Phillies beat the Los Angeles Dodgers 7-6 in an exciting game. Great, let's get to the ball game. Again, we are at Fenway Park. Those of you who are new here, thank you for joining. What we are doing here is we are using replay baseball to capture the statistics, and we are rolling inside pitch in the background and capturing the scores here manually. The starting lineups for the 16-9 Chicago White Sox. Leading off is Luis Aparicio at short, followed by Nellie Fox. Jim Landis bats third. The great catcher Sherman Lawler bats fourth. Del Ennis will be in left. Earl Torgerson will be at first. Or is it Torgerson? I don't know. Al Smith will be in right, super fielder. Bubba Phillips will be at third. And the pitcher batting ninth will be Dick Donovan. For the Boston Red Sox, who are 16-8, Marty Keough will be in center. Pete Reynolds will be at second. Ted Williams will bat third and play left field. Again, this is his season debut. Frank Malzone will be at third base. Jackie Jensen, batting fifth, will play right field. Dick Gernert will be playing at first. Sammy White will do the catching, batting eighth. Don Budden at shortstop. And finally, Ike Delock will do the pitching. Ike Delock is on the mound. This is his sixth game. He has a 4-0 record with a 2.23 ERA. And he'll face Luis Aparicio on the season, batting .227, 1 home run, 9 RBIs. And there you see, as I flash you these for each first at-bat for each player in the game, you'll see his real-life statistics right here at the bottom. Okay. So Luis Aparicio knocks the dirt out of his cleats. He's ready to go, and let's get going. And Luis Aparicio draws a leadoff walk. So guess what will be happening? He'll look for a lead. He doesn't get it. Batting second will be Nellie Fox. Nellie Fox on the season, kind of slow so far. Batting .250, no home runs, and 3 RBIs. And right away, we are at a rare play. Let me read it. Those of you following at home. Rare play. Deep fly to center field that is caught. Runner on first. Second, no, he has to backtrack. Okay, so let's see. Let's roll. Let's see if he backtracks and he is caught. So Luis Aparicio was a little frisky and he went straight a little bit too far to second base, and Marty Keough throws him out. So this is how we score it on replay baseball. F8 to capture the out, and then 8-3 to capture the runner out. And just like that, we have 2 out. Batting third is Jim Landis. Landis batting .302 with 1 home run and 15 RBIs. And Landis will strike out. So a good start for Ike Delock. Okay, bottom of the first, the pitcher for the White Sox is Dick Donovan. This is his 7th game. He has a 2-1 record with a 2.27 ERA and a whip of 1.08. Marty Keough is the hitter. Marty Keough batting just .152 so far. No home runs and 4 RBIs. And Keough will single past Nellie Fox to open up the offense for the Red Sox. There is a chance to get picked off. Donovan throws it by throws it by Torgerson, and that'll be a pickoff error, which sends Keough to second base. And again, the way I got the pickoff error is when you roll a 20, in an attempt to lead, you look at either the pickoff, balk chances on the pitcher's card, and I landed on a 6, which corresponds to Dick Donovan's pickoff error. Okay, enough of that. Pete Reynolds, the second place hitter. Reynolds batting .293 with no home runs and 7 RBIs. And Reynolds strikes out for out number 1. And this brings up Ted Williams. When I flash it, those of you not familiar, Ted Williams had an awful season in 1959. This was the first time he ever hit under 300. And when he returned back for the 1960 season, he demanded a 30% pay cut because his play was just so horrible in 1950. At least his offense was horrible in 1959. Let's see what happens this year with the legend. And that'll be a fly ball fine running catch by Jim Landis for out number 2. Which brings up Frank Malzone. Malzone, the cleanup hitter, is batting .281 with 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. Look at that. Pretty cool. Batting average right about the same. And Malzone swung on, ground ball to Aparicio. Those easy ones, he feels those all day long for out number 3. Top of the second, we have no score, and Jim Lawler, who is batting, Sherm Lawler, who is batting .372, 6 home runs, 19 RBIs. What a fast start for Lawler. And that'll be a tough chance for left fielder Ted Williams. Ted Williams cannot get to it. He holds it to a single. Williams holds Lawler to a single, however, and just like the Red Sox in the previous inning, the White Sox start off with a leadoff single. Del Ennis is the next hitter. Ennis on the season batting .324 with shared duty between the Cincinnati Reds and the White Sox. Another great thing about this game and the stats keeping, it keeps the stats by team if a player played in multiple teams. And Ennis singles to right field, and Lawler takes a turn and holds up. He will not challenge Jackie Jensen. So the White Sox have something cooking here. First 2 runners aboard for Earl Torgeson from Snohomish, Washington. 154 hitter, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. And Torgeson, that was ball 1. Torgeson swung on, hit way into the corner. Williams is having trouble digging that ball out of the dirt. Scoring is Ennis. Scoring is Lawler. Rounding third, headed for home, is Ennis. Digging for third is Torgeson. The throw, the dive, he is safe. A 2-run triple for Earl Torgeson. And the White Sox jump to a 2-0 lead. Al Smith is the next hitter, batting .226 with 1 home run, 10 RBIs. The Red Sox are going to play in at the corners. And that is a fly ball to Ted Williams. Boy, he's getting tested early. Fly ball for Ted Williams. Williams makes the catch. Let's see if Torgeson will score. Torgeson will challenge Ted Williams' arm, and Torgeson scores. Sacrifice fly for Al Smith, and it's 3-0 White Sox. Bubba Phillips, the third baseman, is batting .338 with 1 home run and 6 RBIs. And Phillips pops it up. Sky-high pop-up for the shortstop, Don Budden. He squeezes it and makes the play for out number 2. Dick Donovan is the hitter. Donovan, 167. He did get a home run this year so far. And 4 RBIs. And Donovan proceeds to strike out for out number 3. But the White Sox put up 3. To the bottom of the second we go with the Red Sox trailing 3-0. Jackie Jensen In the early going, 354, 5 home runs, 21 RBIs. So a strong start for Jackie Jensen. Swung on fly ball to Del Ennis. Easy play for out number 1. Dick Gernert is the next hitter. Gernert on the season batting .317, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. And Donovan's pitch to Gernert is a fly ball to right field. Al Smith is there for out number 2. Sammy White, Boston's catcher, batting .093. Look at this. I haven't even noticed that. He has just 7 hits in 75 at-bats. My goodness, talk about a statistical anomaly. And White draws a walk, a 2-out walk for Sammy White, which brings up the shortstop Don Budden. Budden batting .282 with 6 home runs and 22 RBIs. Budden will hit a fly ball to Landis. Backs up a few steps, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. Two innings in the books. The White Sox have a 3-0 lead. Top of the order we go with Luis Aparicio. And Aparicio hits a fly ball to center field. Marty Keough backs up to the wall. Deep but not deep. Warning track power. That's out number 1. Wait for Nellie Fox. Nellie Fox will watch ball 4 sail past him, and he is on a 1-out walk. And Landis is the next hitter. Landis hits a fly ball to Ted Williams. Finally, he gets an easy chance. It's hit right at Williams, and that's the 2nd out of the inning, which brings up Sherm Lawler. And Lawler hits a ball to Frank Malzone. Malzone has it, flips it to Runnels covering second, and that's out number 3. Ike Delock is the hitter, the pitcher hitter. He's batting .083. And the pitch to Delock is a ground ball to Torgerson. As soon as Torgerson gets the ball, Delock stops running. Torgerson takes the ball, takes it to the bag himself for out number 1. Top of the order we go for Marty Keough. And Keough singles past Nellie Fox into right field for a base hit. Pete Runnels is the next hitter. Runnels swung on, ground ball to Torgerson. He goes to second for 1. Over to first, not in time. So Aparicio could not make the out at first as Runnels was hightailing it and beat the throw. 2 out for the splendid splinter Ted Williams. And Williams will draw a 2-out walk. 2 on, 2 out for Frank Malzone. And Malzone swings ground ball to short. Aparicio flips it to Fox covering for out number 3. 3 innings are in the books. 3-0 White Sox. Top of the 4th for Del Ennis. And that is a dribbler right in front of the plate. Sammy White pounces on it, throws it over to Gernert for out number 1. Earl Torgerson, the hero of the game with his 2-run triple. And Torgerson hits ground ball to Runnels. Runnels ranges to his left, fires it to first for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, which brings up Al Smith. And Smith hits a liner to Budden. He barely had to move. It was hit right at him, and that's out number 3. 3 up, 3 down go the White Sox in the 4th inning. Bottom of the 4th. Let's see if the Red Sox can get something going. Jackie Jensen will hit the ball past Bubba Phillips. Delennis grabs it, fires it over to second. Leadoff single for the Red Sox. Dick Gernert is the next hitter. And that was ball one to Gernert. And Gernert swings and a miss. Strike three, 1 out. Sammy White. Sammy White, let's see what White can do. And White strikes out, back-to-back strikeouts for Dick Donovan. So he is showing Donovan is some resilience after the giving up the leadoff single to Jackie Jensen. The 8th place hitter, Don Budden. Boy, Pinky Higgins would sure like Budden to get on base to clear the pitcher. And indeed, that is what happens as Don Budden draws a walk. Ike Delock is the next hitter, and Delock, as might expected, he strikes out for out number 3. The game is moving along very nicely after a little bit of offense that happened at the top of the second inning. Bubba Phillips of the White Sox and swung on, hits a ball to left field. Ted Williams is there. He makes the out. Out number 1. Pitcher Dick Donovan is the next hitter. And Donovan, would you believe, draws a walk. So Delock gives up a walk to his counterpart. That's not always a good omen. Luis Aparicio hits a ground ball. No, sorry, that's a fly ball to center field. Marty Keough puts the squeeze on it for out number 2. And Nellie Fox is the next hitter. And Fox hits a single past Malzone. That gets into the corner. Ted Williams hustles. Rounding second over to third is Donovan, who will be held at third. And the White Sox are showing more offense here with runners on second and third and 2 out for Jim Landis. And Landis hits a ball to Budden. Easy play for Budden, grabs it on the hop, throws it over to Gernert for out number 3. The Red Sox avoid disaster in the top of the 5th inning, and into the bottom of the 5th we go with the Red Sox still trailing 3-0. And Marty Keough is up, and Keough draws a leadoff walk. So the Red Sox have been putting runners on base with nobody out in several innings, but aren't getting much going in terms of offense after that. Let's see what Pete Runnels can do. And Runnels singles past Aparicio. Dennis quickly fires it back into the infield, and that holds Keough at second. The Red Sox are in business for runners on first and second, and nobody out. Ted Williams is up. And Williams will hit the ball to the pitcher. He spins and fires. No, he couldn't. He was thinking about going to second for the double play, but thought better of it. His only play is to first base to get Ted Williams out. The runners advance at the very least. Runners on second and third with 1 out. The White Sox will play the infield back. They'll give up a run for an out for Frank Malzone. And Malzone hits a fly ball center field. Let's see if it's deep enough to score Marty Keough. And no, it is not. Landis makes the play, fires it in, and throws a strike to Lawler. And Keough could not score. Let's see if that's an opportunity missed for the Red Sox. Runners on second and third. Jackie Jensen is the hitter. And Jensen will hit it to Fox, who dives, makes a superb play throws it over to Torgerson for out number 3. So some great defense there for the White Sox, and they hold the Red Sox scoreless in the 5th inning. The White Sox haven't been showing a lot of offense, but boy, oh boy, their defense and their pitching has been solid. Top of the 6th, Sherm Lawler. And Lawler swung on, ground ball to Budden. Throws it to first for out number 1, which brings up Del Ennis. And Ennis swung on, and again to Budden. Budden this time ranges to his right, grabs the ball on his backhand, throws it over to first for out number 2. Earl Torgerson. Fly ball to Marty Keogh. Keogh makes the play, and that's out number 3. Bottom of the 6th, both pitchers are throwing 4 hitters. Dick Donovan will face Gernert, and that's a fly ball to Jim Landis. Out number 1. Sammy White, the catcher. And if you remember, Sammy White hitting .092 when he had a .284 batting average. And anytime you want to see what the box score looks like, you just click on the tab for box score, and here is the box score. And what is helpful is that you can see right here the batter's face. And that's useful because Dick Donovan's can face 26 batters before he's tired, and Delock 27. So that's a number to watch out for as the game progresses. So let's close this, and we are back at the ballpark for Sammy White. And White hits a ground ball to Bubba Phillips. Easy play. That's out number 2. The next hitter is Don Budden. And Budden hits a ground ball to Nellie Fox. Nellie Fox, fine running play. He'll make the throw over to first. Out number 3. Top of the 7th. This will be Delock's last inning of work. And that is a fly ball to center field. Deep, back against the wall on the monster is Ted Williams, and he makes the play. 1 out. That was a good play by Ted Williams. Bubba Phillips is up, and Bubba Phillips, another dribbler to Sammy White, who grabs it, throws it to first. Easy play, out number 2. Dick Donovan is up. Now, if this were 2017, 18, 19, 20, Dick Donovan would have come out facing after 6 innings and facing near the maximum as batters. But this is 1959. Pitchers pitched till their arms fell off. And no one in their right mind would remove a pitcher who's throwing a 4-hit shutout. All right. And Donovan hits the ground ball to Dick Gernert. Gernert takes it, flips it to Delock for out number 3. Delock gave up only 4 hits, and unfortunately a lot of the hits came at the wrong time, and that's when the White Sox got all their offense. So he will be pulled for a pinch hitter, and the pinch hitter we'll put a left-handed bat in there. We'll put in Vic Wertz. Wertz on the season, batting .273, no home runs, and 4 RBIs. Again, as a reminder, Donovan has already faced 26 batters, so he is officially tired. And the pitch to Wertz. And Wertz hits a ball into the gap between Ennis and Landis. Landis grabs it, throws it to the cutoff man, Luis Aparicio, and Wertz trots into second with a leadoff double. Okay, now we have to start thinking about it. We're going to play this batter by batter. Let's see what Donovan can do. And that's a fly ball to Delennis. Over a few steps, he makes the play for out number 1. Pete Runnels is up. And Runnels will hit the ball to the first baseman. His only play is a step on the bag, and that's out number 2. And that is it for Donovan. And if you know the game of inside pitch, I hit on the Donovan's card, I hit the one with the 2 question marks between the parentheses, and that means when he's tired, he has to come out of the game. So we have to pull. Al Lopez has no choice but to pull Dick Donovan. He is on fumes. The good thing for Lopez is he has an amazing bullpen. And he'll bring in Jerry Staley. This is Staley's 13th game. He has a record of 3-0 with 3 saves, and look at that ERA, 0.51 and a whip of .085. 2 outs, and Ted Williams is up. And Williams draws another walk. So Williams' on-base percentage, let's look at the box score. So there's Ted Williams. He's 0 for 2 with 2 walks. So his on-base percentage is .500. Frank Malzone is the hitter. And a ball is in the dirt. And that is blocked by Lawler. That's for ball 1. Malzone hits a fly ball inning over when this ball drops from the sky. Delennis has it, and that's out number 3. To the top of the 8th, who will the Red Sox bring in? The Red Sox feel that they're still in the game. They'll bring in their, top-tier bullpen man, and that's Mike Fornielis. Fornielis is his 11th game. He has a 3-0 record, 4 saves, and a 1.98 ERA. He'll face the top of the order and Luis Aparicio. And hits a ground ball, diving as Runnels. He can't get it, and that's a leadoff single. Aparicio will be asked to go, and he can't get the lead. Nellie Fox. And Fox hits the ground ball to Frank Malzone. Over to second for 1. Over to the pivot by Runnels. Safe. So Fox is on a fielder's choice with 1 out for Jim Landis. And Landis hits a fly ball to Ted Williams for out number 2. Let's see how many putouts Ted Williams has. Again, great thing. You go here, and Ted Williams, he has 5 putouts. Other than the first baseman, who you expect to have the most putouts in the game, it's Ted Williams. He's been busy out there. Sherm Lawler is on with 2 out. And strike 3, swing and a miss to the bottom of the 8th. Jerry Staley is starting his first full inning of work. He'll face Jackie Jensen, and that's a fly ball to Al Smith. Terrific fielder, Al Smith. He has no trouble with that one, and that's out number 1. Dick Gernert is the next hitter, and Gernert swings and strike 3, and Staley showing that he is in charge. Sammy White is the next hitter. And Sammy White will hit the ground ball to the sure fielding Nellie Fox. Easy throw to first, and that's out number 3. Top of the 9th, Fornielis will stay in the game, and he'll face Delennis. And that is a pop-up to Don Budden, the shortstop. He's got it, and that's out number 1. Earl Torgeson, the first baseman. Torgeson will Watch the third strike go by. Strike 3, and that's out number 2. Al Smith is the next hitter. And this will be a tough chance for Pete Runnels. And that gets by Runnels. 2-out single for Al Smith. And Bubba Phillips will hit the ball to Budden again, and it's a lame duck. I don't know if we'll call it a pop-up or a dying quail. Regardless, we'll call it a P6. We'll score it a P6, and that's out number 3. To the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Don Budden, a pinch hitter, and then Marty Keogh. Let's look at the freshness for Jerry Staley. So Staley has already faced 5. He can only face 2 more batters before he is deemed as tired. Don Budden steps up. Budden hits a ground ball to Luis Aparicio. He makes the play. That's out number 1. Fornielis comes out for another pinch hitter. This time it'll be the other left-hander coming off the bench. It'll be Gary Geiger. Geiger, who is normally the semi-everyday outfielder on the season, 263, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. And this will be a tough chance for Nellie Fox. Fox line out and out for out number 2. So it's all up to Marty Keogh to keep the game going here, facing Jerry Staley, who is tired. And Keogh hits a ground ball to Nellie Fox. Easy play for him, and that's the ball game. The Chicago White Sox go on to defeat the Boston Red Sox 3-1. Let's look at the box score. We'll come, where is it? Here it is. The White Sox moved to 17-9. The Red Sox dropped to 16-9. The winning pitcher is Dick Donovan. His record improves to 3-1. The loser is Ike Delock, who suffers his first loss of the year. There are the players with hits. Marty Keogh is the only player in the game with multiple hits. Ted Williams, again, 0 for 2 with 2 walks in his debut with 5 putouts. And he had trouble digging out that ball out of the left field corner. And that helped contribute to the White Sox win. I want to thank everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe, comment. This has been a fun project so far, and I hope to continue it for the reasonable future. So long, everybody.